What's going on, guys? Today I have a very special story to share with you from the current Star Wars comic series. The last two issues, number 42 and 43, are all about Luke and still take place between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. At this point, Luke has already obtained his green kyber crystal, but he hasn't built his own saber yet. He's still using the yellow lightsaber he found in an ancient Jedi outpost. If you're not caught up or have no idea what I'm talking about, I do have a video telling the story of him getting his green crystal, so I'll put a little card to that if you want to watch it first and then come back to this one. Anyway, Luke has been continuing his training and he went to Christophsis to learn about kyber. There, he bonded with a raw crystal and it turned green, and he also obtained a red crystal that had been bled in the past, and he was determined to learn how to heal it. On Christophsis, Luke met a Falanasi woman named Greta. For those of you who don't know, the Falanasi were a religious order of Force users that knew a lot about kyber crystals. Now, Luke tracks down Greta again, as he needs her help to heal the red crystal. The story begins with a pretty cool moment as Luke surprises Greta and she shoots him with her blaster, thinking he's an intruder. Instinctively, Luke deflects the blaster bolt with the Force, without really knowing how he did it. Luke explains that he needs her help to heal the red crystal he obtained on Christophsis. Luke had already tried once before to heal it, and he was sucked into a vision inside of it and saw an ancient Sith Lord. Greta explains that she doesn't know how to help him, and the Falanasi haven't healed crystals for 1,000 generations. Luke explains that he knows he'll have to fight the Sith eventually, and he had seen them inside of the red crystal. By going back and seeing the visions again, he hopes to learn more. At this point, Greta's aunt Fees comes in and drops some amazing lore about the Force and kyber crystals. Luke tells her that he needs to understand how to heal kyber and how to bring something lost in the dark side back to the light. So Luke's real motive here is to learn how to redeem Darth Vader, which I think is incredible. If you guys can't already tell, I love this story. Anyway, Fees explains that healing kyber is an exercise in empathy, and it's dangerous and exhausting. Red kyber crystals are created when a darkside user pours every drop of their pain and anguish into it. Each person's pain is different, so every single red crystal is unique and requires a particular journey through the maze of memories and pain to heal it. In order to heal the crystal, one needs to understand that pain. She warns Luke that he could also be lost to the pain when he tries to heal it, meaning he could be trapped inside the crystal forever. When a Force user creates a red crystal, the terrible events in their past are encoded into the kyber's very substance. The experiences, the memories, and the hurt from the user remains inside the crystal, and that's what Luke sees when he meditates on it. Fees tells Luke that when he enters the vision in the crystal, he won't be able to tell the difference between what's real and what isn't. Fees and Greta agree to help him, and they say they'll attempt to pull him out of the vision if they can, and Luke begins to meditate on the crystal. Immediately, he is dropped into a dark vision of a red fortress and arrives in the hall of the ancient Sith Lord he had seen before. The Sith says that Luke is not welcome, and he ignites his yellow lightsaber to defend himself, but he is surrounded by an entire crowd of Sith. Luke does manage to push some of them out of his way, showing how much stronger he has become in the Force, but the Sith Lord manages to knock him unconscious, and Luke is quickly imprisoned in a jail cell. Luke is confused about when the vision is taking place, and the Sith Lord cryptically states that it is simply happening now. Luke insists that he is there to help heal the Sith Lord of his pain, to bring him back to the light, but the Sith is not interested and instead has his guards beat Luke. He says the only thing a Jedi can do there is suffer forever. Luke is left beaten and bruised in his cell, and the Sith Lord remains to gloat about how no one leaves their pain behind, and agony is what makes someone who they are. Luke replies that he is there to help, and the place they are in only exists because some version of the Sith Lord was badly hurt and left an echo of his pain. The Sith Lord says that pain never stops, and he notes that Luke's hand was severed and makes his mechanical hand disappear. The Sith Lord says that loss can either be a prison or a weapon and ignites his red lightsaber. He plans to create an even more painful place within the crystal, using both his pain and Luke's pain, and he leaves Luke alone in the cell. Luke thinks of his severed hand, and he's able to calm himself and force push his way out of the cell. Next to him, he sees a small cradle with a crying baby in it. Stepping into the next cell, he enters another vision and sees the Sith Lord as an infant, wrapped in a red blanket on the lap of their dead parent. Luke takes the baby, telling them that it will be alright and they are not alone. It's clear now that the entire prison is simply a collection of the Sith Lord's painful memories, and Luke says that he will heal them one step at a time. Now we see a beautiful moment of Luke walking through the Sith Lord's entire life, helping them through their darkest and most painful moments, telling them that they will heal, that pain is not the only path, and he will show them how to let go. Suddenly, the Sith Lord appears behind him and insists that they don't want to be healed, and they won't let Luke make them weak. Luke replies that being healed doesn't mean that you're weak. Luke goes to ignite his lightsaber, but he is shocked to see that not only is he holding his father's lightsaber that he had lost, but the blade is now green. The two engage in a duel, and Luke is able to disarm the Sith, but doesn't strike them down. He simply tells them that all paths lead in both directions. However, the Sith Lord subjects Luke to a new vision of Luke's own pain, and Darth Vader appears behind him. Luke is at first terrified to see his father. The vision shifts to Cloud City, but Luke is much more powerful than he was before, and he's able to leap over Vader and escape from the bridge. Inside the corridor where he had dueled Vader, Luke sees his own memories, all of his pain, going back to the moment of his birth. Vader appears before him again and says there is no escape. Luke replies that that is true, there is no escape, and he knows he will have to face his father again. It is both of their destinies. But Luke deactivates his saber and steps closer to Vader, saying that he knows almost nothing about him. But Vader must have a place like this inside of him, which means that he didn't begin life as Darth Vader. Once he was someone else, and Vader suddenly takes the glowing white form of Anakin Skywalker. Luke reaches out to his father, saying that all of Vader's good and bad is still there inside of him, and no one is beyond help. Luke touches his father's chest, and with a loud hiss, the vision shifts again, and Luke sees the same fortress, but now it is clear and healed. Waking from the vision, Luke sees that he has successfully healed the Kyber crystal. He tells Greta and Fies that he didn't learn much about the Sith, but he did learn a lot about himself, and he pulls the green Kyber crystal from his pocket, saying that will have to be enough. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and as always, may the Force be with you.